Hey guys, it's Robbie here, and this is Frecky Fit Wolf. It's Sunday, that means it's time for another week's weigh-in. Alright, obviously, I've gone completely green. My hair, my eyebrow, everything has gone green. My new intro, my new overlay, everything. I am all about the green plan. Plus, just green's always been my favorite color, so don't think I'm like this obsessed with WW that I am going to be making my hair match it. I've done green a million times over the years. I'm sure you guys have seen well, maybe not a million, but like 3 or 4 different hair colors since I started this channel. But I am loving the green plan. I started it officially this week. I started it on Monday. So Sunday last week, I did like kind of do most of the day with the old Points Plus, and I was a little bit worried because on Points Plus you do get more weekly points than you do on the WW Green plan. Or I'm using iTrack Bytes until WW officially releases it in America. I'm using iTrack Bytes to do the Sugar Smart plan, which is the green plan. So I've been doing that all week. It was actually really interesting to see how things are different because the 0 point list is virtually the same as Points Plus. Very similar to what I was already doing as far as knowing what is 0 points, or on iTrack Bytes, 0 bytes. But other foods, the point value are different. This is when they've officially switched to the smart points calculations for how much food is worth. So like the things, my go-to meals throughout the week changed a little bit. Let me get out of here so I can kind of show. So like you all know, on my quick and easy days, it is going to be a wrap from Quick Trip and a meal from McDonald's. But I was able to still stay within my points because on it, that is one thing I should say. On this plan, I'm doing with what they're recommending, not how on Points Plus how I tweaked it, which kind of balances out a little bit with everything. So what they are recommending is 67 points for myself, which is a lot of points. On Points Plus, I was doing about 55. So that's a little bit different. The calories they are recommending are a little bit higher as well because that averages to 2794. So a lot of calories. I did not go to that calorie marker a lot throughout the week. I'm just going through and checking. It looks like I typically stayed between my 2100 to 2400 calorie goal instead of getting all the way to the 2794 goal. But that is a secondary metric that you can use on iTrack Bytes. And I do not stalk my calories. I just kind of glance down because there have been days, because this whole week I was also tracking on WW just to see how the Freestyle works, and watching the calories totally helps me understand why it didn't work for me. Not saying it doesn't work for you, not saying it's a horrible plan. When the new plans come out and you choose the one that is still Freestyle, by all means, do it. I am a firm believer that you've got to do whatever works for you. But there was a day where on Sugar Smart, I had 7 points left, but I was at 2,480 calories. So 2,480 calories. And on WW, I still had 25 points left. If I ate all those points on the Freestyle WW, I would be at a 4,000 calorie day. So that is one thing why I like actually watching it as a secondary metric, even though I will not stalk it and pay 100% attention to it. But the rest of the week went great. I mean, we did Foodie Fridays, and that was the finale of Foodie Fridays. We might do one-offs every once in a while or do other things, but for now, that is all she wrote about that. And it's been a lot of fun. And those peppers I made, if you have not watched that video yet, go back and watch it. It aired on Wednesday, Foodie Friday Holiday Edition, Halloween Edition. They were so good, guys. I end up later, actually on Thursday, that day that I had the 2,400 calories, and made them again, except I just cut up the peppers rather than making the cute little faces. But that is where you got to keep in mind with the rice and with the chicken and everything else that goes in there, super low in points, especially if you are on Freestyle currently, like next to no points. and I made, a batch and ate all of it. So it's 2,400 calories. I mean, plus breakfast or whatever. But so that is, something you've got to be aware of when you are doing WW, these little factors. 0 does not mean 0 calories. I'm a firm believer in that. That's why you got to tweak it and figure it out how to make it work for you. But anyway, not talking about Freestyle, talking about the green plan, Sugar Smart on iTrack Bites, and holy cow, this week went really good. I behaved really, really well. And what I love about it is you do not feel hungry. I have talked to a lot of people that are thinking about switching when the new plans do officially roll out because they do feel hungry a lot. And especially because there's not a lot of points that you get with the Freestyle version of it. And so on this, I don't feel hungry. I can have a lot. Like I said, I get 67. The minimum they go to is 30. That gives you a lot of wiggle room instead of sticking to just 0-point foods. Because while they are 0 points, that means they are lower in calories and a lot of times aren't necessarily as filling as some other options. So with this, you can use an oil that is a little bit more satisfying or a meat that's a little bit more satisfying. Things like that will make you feel a little bit more satiated than if you were just eating the 0-point stuff. But on Green Plan, most of your fruits and vegetables are still 0 points, except for the really starchy ones. So you're going to pay for your potatoes, or if they're high in calories or high in fat. So you're going to pay for your avocado, your sweet potatoes, your corn, things like that your body doesn't process as easily versus a lot of the fruits and vegetables that are virtually water that can go through a lot easier. But they can still be very, very filling, like those peppers. They were super filling for, once I took it out of the pepper, you could make a wrap with it. A lot of people suggested that, or I honestly threw that stuff in a bowl. It was a rice bowl. It was good. And you could put a cup in there and eat that, and super satisfying. But there are some points to it because of the rice and other things like that. But very, very delicious. So this week went really well as far as all of that goes. Even last night. So last night, you guys know I joined this social group, and we worked with another group because they were hosting a major event. It's still going on right now. It's a major event that happens once a year here, and people come from all over. And they asked us to help man the door. We got to count and make sure that the bar doesn't go over capacity. And, if there was going to be a cover, which there ended up not being one, we would collect that and check IDs. So I was doing that for a couple hours last night. I stopped at 1 a.m. And while I'm at the door, they have a food truck out front, a pizza food truck, and people are going in and out getting the pizza, and it smelled so good. I have to admit, I was this close. I'm like, if weigh-in wasn't tomorrow, I'd be at that truck right now because it smelled so good. And at the door, it's just wafting at you, especially because I got hot in the bar, so I'm stepping outside for a little bit, and then I'm just seeing it and smelling it, and oh my gosh. But I behaved. I was like, look, I met my calorie goal, or my point goal. I saved enough points for me to have 3 drinks at the bar. I only had 2, but I saved enough points for 3 just in case. And I did not budget for having middle of the night pizza. So I didn't do it. And that's kind of what I always talk about. Getting in the right mindset is so important because you need to be in the right mindset for it. And if there's something that I'm craving, I am not denying myself. And especially with the green plan, with the iTrack Bites Sugar Smart plan, you do not have to deprive yourself. You can have those things because the calculations are a little bit different on them versus how high they are, where it's that's going to take your day's worth of food if you do that and you're stuck with just 0-point foods. This, you can have stuff. So I can totally have pizza if I want to. You can have pasta. You can have all of that stuff if you want to. You just track it and budget for it, and it works. And so to show that it works, this is week 1 of the green plan. My weigh-in numbers are, so for those that are new, I started at 376.8. My current weight now is 337.6. So this week, I lost 2.4 pounds. That's a total of 39.2 pounds. We're going to pretend there is an L right there, and I did not have a typo and put a semicolon instead. So yeah, we'll just pretend that. But yes, so 2.5 pounds basically this week, guys. That is awesome. Especially, like I said, I was a little bit concerned, but not too concerned because it was a week ago. But last Sunday, I ate like I did 4 points plus, which is a lot more weekly points than this, than the Sugar Smart, the green plan. Not a lot more, but it's a little bit more. You get 49 weeklies. But at the same time, if you are doing the green plan when it comes out on WW, that you have the rollovers, so it virtually could be the same weekly points by the end of the week, because if you have all that and you have up to 4 points left over, they'll roll over, and so instead of just the 42, you can get to the 49 very easily. So very similar as far as that goes. It's just I would be using the weeklies that I hadn't earned yet from rollovers before I got them. So kind of works, if that justifies it in my head. Either way, it worked. I was very satisfied. So let's get to the mini goals. So I'm super excited for this one over here because, you know, my first mini goal is to lose 40 pounds. And that will be if I get to 336.8, which I'm 0.8 pounds away. This week, I plan on hitting that goal. Don't know exactly how I'm going to celebrate. I do have my board up here that has a list of things that are rewards for myself, but also my budget's a little bit tight. So don't know if I can really do one of those, but at the very least, then I can be like, all right, when I can afford it, I can now officially do that. Might find a different way to reward myself. Not sure. But either way, I'm so close to hitting the 40-pound mark. I'm so excited. And on the other side, which I forgot to underline, I did a lot of typos this morning, guys. Did I mention I was out at a bar really late last night? Because I was. So this is supposed to be underlined, but whatever. Dragon Con. For those of you that are new, I'm not going into super detail. I've talked about it a lot, but Dragon Con is basically the largest fan-run nerd convention, aka something I am super excited about, never gone to before. Me and Amy over at the TMI Queen Gets Fit, we are going, as well as several other friends, and I'm super excited. But this is large. We're talking 5 hotels and all of their convention areas, out in the streets and everything. So it's going to be a lot of moving, a lot of walking, a lot of people. I want to take up a little less space and be able to go a little bit further. So I set a goal for myself to get to 263 pounds for Dragon Con, which happens Labor Day, just so you know what time frame we're talking about. Labor Day next year. So with my current weight being 337.6, that means I have 74.6 pounds to go. I did that math originally averaging 2 pounds a week, which is what I'm averaging. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, so it's balancing out so far. So I'm very happy with that. Also, let's do our monthly recap. Let me scoot over here. I always put up a calendar at the beginning of the month to track what happened last month. So you can see, obviously, all the different months, what happened. And this month total, not counting this week's weigh-in because this is officially November, I lost 5.8 pounds last month. That was with, 1 week being a tiny gain and the others being decent losses. So I'm very happy with that. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's not exactly 2 pounds a month or 2 pounds a week, but I'm okay with it. And with the Dragon Con goal of 2 pounds a week, I'm giving myself some leeway. I'm not, it's not die hard, but I want to get as close to that as I can. But as long as these numbers are showing negative, I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. You can't tell, just in general, I'm very happy right now because of how well this week went. Especially seeing, because honestly, on Points Plus, I was definitely doing a lot of 2100 calorie days. I was kind of trying to keep it down there. And there were some times that I left extra points because I didn't want to mess things up or go over too much. And so I, finagled that and had a lot less healthier foods because I needed the points and all that jazz. It's complicated. Whatever. Either way, on the green plan, aka Sugar Smart if you're using the app iTrackBites. And by the way, if you are interested in iTrackBites, checking out they have 6 different plans on there. There is a link down below that you can go to. It would give you a discount. But at the very least, look at it if you choose to. But if you're sticking with Weight Watchers, this plan will come out next week. And I always say, even if you're not doing Weight Watchers, that's why I use a secondary metric as for calories. You don't have to be a Weight Watchers person to watch me, to interact with me. I've seen several people post in my Facebook group, link down below, that, I'm not on Weight Watchers. Is it okay that I'm here? Totally is. Anybody on a better health journey. Honestly, even if it's just mental health, like any kind of support you need, I am all about. So whether you are doing a different diet, whether you're trying to just exercise, whatever you're doing to improve your overall health, that is what I'm mainly about. Obviously, especially with all of the excitement of WW coming out with new plans, I'm talking about that a lot. But when I do recipes, when I do other videos, I have several videos that I'm excited for to be making very soon. They're for across the board. Like, I will give, on the recipes, I will give the points, of course. But I will also give the nutritional information, so if you are doing something else, you can do the math and figure it out into your plan. I always do that. And then as far as with the other stuff that I'm going to be talking about, like, there's a lot of tips and tricks of what I've learned, of what I'm doing, what I've learned from other people, especially years and years of doing this, including the years that I lost that 140 pounds. There are habits that I learned that I can share that are not specific to WW. They are just habits for better life, better eating, better things to make things easier for you. So just wanted to put that out there because I when somebody asked that, I was like, no, anybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. So if you're interested, say hi to my dog. If you're interested, the link to my Facebook group is down below. Check it out. Feel free to join, interact. It's been some great support. It's growing pretty nicely, but like everybody's being very, very supportive and feeling, it seems like, very comfortable to share their stories, because it's nice to have that safe space that, especially if you don't have, all my friends are skinny or don't care about weight. So it's nice to have that place you can go to and share, a moment, share your non-scale victories that other people won't get, or just, share your weak moments and we can be there for each other. I'm loving it. So feel free to join there. So that about wraps up this video. Very great for me. I'm hoping your guys' week went well as well. I know not everybody weighs in on Sundays, but feel free to comment your weigh-ins down below. I'm always interested, and I want to be your cheerleader. Just as much as I love you guys supporting me, I love to support you guys. So please please comment. I love the comments. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that little bell so you know when I post videos. Vlogtober I've been done with, and so now I'm refiguring how I'm doing things. So it's probably going to at least be Sundays, Tuesdays, Fridays, or Thursdays. See, I don't even know. I don't know when I'm posting videos, but I'm going to be posting videos. So hit the bell, since I don't know what I'm doing. That way you can find out when I actually do them. And I will talk to you guys Tuesday? Tomorrow? We'll find out.